That celestial paludarium there. He looks awesome.
They're beautiful fish.
Yeah. Okay, guys. that'll be an outtake. Don't know what I was trying to say there. I love this, Pete. How long has this been running? Hi everyone, George here, and a very exciting vlog for you today. I'm here at Riverwood Aquatics with owner Peter Cookson. We're going to take a look in store, also a look at the beautiful hardscape they've got just outside here, and just to take a good look around. I'm actually going to walk around with Peter as well, and he can talk us through some of the beautiful displays. So really hope you enjoy this one, and let me know in the comments which is your favourite scape and why. And yeah, can't wait to show you around this beautiful aquascaping specialist. So let's take a look around. So here we are outside the front of the shop, and we have an amazing collection of the larger hardscape that's stocked here at Riverwood. Check out this beautiful Frodo stone here. This is absolutely stunning. Very tempted to actually take this bit home with me. As many of you know, I am a hoarder of hardscape. Anytime I go to a new aquascaping store, try to come away with at least one item of hardscape to add to the collection. I suggest you guys do the same. You can never have enough hardscape. Some really huge pieces here, if you can kind of get a sense of how big these are. This is my hand right up against it. I am actually considering some really large pieces of wood for my next aquascape at home. I'm going to be aquascaping an Awase Highline 400 for discus, so something like that I think would be ideal. Let me know what you guys think. And some smaller kind of pieces of Redmore here. But yeah, just a really nice selection of big hardscape. Riverwood do pond plants as well, and there's some more hardscape over there in the distance. Actually a beautiful day here in Assington Barn. I'll leave a link to the Riverwood Aquatics website where you can find out where it's actually located if you want to come and visit yourselves. I do recommend it. It's a beautiful store. This is very interesting. Excuse the shadow. This is called Corbo wood, I think, which is really beautiful. Really, really nice. It's kind of got hollowed out tops here, which should be great for kind of hiding places for fish, or you could even put some soil in there and plant into it, I guess. Really interesting. Some more big pieces of Redmore root, Mapani wood, more pond plants. So let's go and take a look actually in the store. Let's go and see Peter. I think he's pretending to work right now. So Pete's on his own. Just to give you a quick kind of overview of the store. And we've got some beautiful displays which we'll look at together. So do you want to come and join me, Pete, and we'll talk through each of the displays. So I think it's safe to say that you've kind of developed your kind of own distinct style with your displays here in Riverwood. You've kind of gone for a lot of emergent plant growth, a lot of sort of paludarium style.
Yeah.
And why is that? You just like the kind of extra sense of nature? What's the kind of thought process behind?
Yeah, it just adds an extra dimension to it. So it's not just the below the water. You look at a riverbank, you see all the trees and all the stones, wood, all at the side of the water, and it kind of draws your eye down into the water as well. So yeah, it just adds an extra sense of nature.
I love it. And do you kind of pick the plants just from the aesthetic point of view, or do you kind of do you plan it, or do you just kind of evolve it as you go? What's your kind of process?
Yeah, very much like evolve it as it goes, really. So if you see a little gap where you think a plant might work, you can add it, you can take one away. Yeah, try different things. Sometimes they work. Most of the time they work, sometimes they don't, but yeah, it's just trying different things, see what works. Trial and error, isn't it? And exactly. not being afraid to kind of make mistakes, learn from them, and I guess you just gradually get more experience and get better. Yeah, exactly.
The more you do, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, but this is great. So what size aquarium is this?
It's a 15 litre. I think it's maybe 20 centimetres,
okay.
25 centimetres cube. Yeah.
15 litres, so that's about three or 4 gallons, and you're kind of only about a third of the way full of water, and then it's being pumped up, I guess, behind this cork, is it?
Yeah,
like a
cool
tree trunk.
Yeah, that's easily removed, so I can get to the pump if I need to service the pump. Just a little filter pump. Actually came with the set.
Is that down here? Is it?
Yeah, right down the back there.
And then you've got a little bit of filter hose, I guess, that runs up to the top.
Yeah, a little hole drilled in some wood at the back, and then the water just trickles down. Yeah, it keeps everything wet, moist, and alive.
And do you need to mist the plants at all, or are they getting the humidity they need?
Yeah, they just get the humidity from the water.
I love this pink Photonia here. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
I've got some Photonias in my biorb air at home. I really love it.
Yeah, really striking plant.
Yeah. And this is Acarus, isn't it? This kind of more reedy looking plant. And you've got some Dracaena,
Yeah.
which is commonly missold as an aquarium plant.
Yeah.
But obviously it grows really well as a emerged sort of terrestrial plant. You got any livestock in here then?
No livestock in there.
Just a beautiful display. I love the way the water's trickling down this kind of wood here. And you've got a couple of different types of wood in there that work really well together as well.
Yeah.
And is this like a terrestrial moss in the centre of the screen that we can see?
Yeah, that's just, I think it's cushion moss. I've just found it in a local woodland.
Oh wow.
Yeah, just foraged and found it.
Yeah, lovely.
And I think this one next to it on the right is weeping moss. That's an aquatic moss.
Love weeping moss. Check out one of the recent Tropica plant profile videos to learn more about weeping moss. And you've got an extra light here at the front. Is that just to give a little bit more of a... Is it to grow the plants, or is it more of an aesthetic?
Yeah, just aesthetic. That's the main light. It's casting a bit of a shadow down to the front, so I just added that little one.
Okay.
Just to light up the front there.
That's great. And this is what's this light? Is this a fluval?
Fluval plant, nano.
Oh right. Does the job well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's nice.
I love this. So how much are we looking at in total, would you say, to purchase something like this as it is?
You're probably looking about 150, something like that.
£150, so
hardscape.
About $200?
Yeah.
£150. I think that's great. And low maintenance, I guess?
Yeah, very low maintenance. Yeah, I very rarely touch it. Sometimes do a bit of a water change. Add some plants, do a little bit of trimming, but it's very low.
Not tempted to keep any kind of microfish in there or shrimp?
Possibly shrimp, but I think just for the sake of being able to do 100% water change really quickly, I'm not sure. You could easily if you wanted to, but for ease I don't.
Okay, let's move on over to... we've got some beautiful little bonsai trees here. Some dry goods, CO2 equipment, lighting, bacteria, more CO2 kit, tweezers, tools, etc. And then we've got this very mature looking biorb air. So how long has this been set up now?
It's about a year now. Yeah, it's been going a long time. Yeah,
that's great. And you got any livestock in there, or is it just the plants?
Just plants. Yeah, there's some spiders and stuff that I've got in there. I put some springtails in there as well fairly recently.
Oh, okay, just to keep the decaying matter.
Yeah,
they kind of eat the fungus and stuff like that, don't they?
That's it.
It's just a proper jungle, isn't it?
Yeah,
I'm actually
it's crazy. Yeah,
looking at getting potentially some frogs for mine. A pair of really small. I can't remember the species name, but I've been doing a bit of research, so yeah, something to look out for.
I've been thinking about that as well.
Yeah.
I'd have to double check all the plants are safe and everything like that.
Yeah, and my only I think one of the biggest things is temperature. So I'm actually thinking about kind of installing a little heater cable in there.
Oh, right.
Sort of drill through the acrylic and then maybe curl it around underneath the soil. I don't know, or something.
Yeah, something you have to research, I guess.
Yeah. And you've got some of the Tropico 50 Years Under the Surface books. That's great. Okay, I love this little display here. So, similar concept to the first display we looked at. But I actually think I prefer this. I think it's a bit more kind of naturalistic because it's not got any pink in it, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, and you get a better view of it as well because of the open front.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And these are custom built?
Yeah, custom built for us, so my measurements and custom built.
Okay. I'll actually leave a link to these in the description because I think this is a really great design and I think good value as well. So check out the link in the description to these. And again, it's all running the same kind of way with a pump in the bottom area. You can actually see the pump there. And then running up some filter tubing, and then it comes out the top. Here you can just see the water trickling down here, and you've got some beautiful mosses. That looks like an aquatic moss there on the right.
Yeah, weeping moss.
Weeping moss again. And then is this the same moss as well on the left that you foraged?
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful. Some Hygrophila pinnata feeder growing immersed. That looks great. Some Acarus there on the right. Not sure what these big leaf plants are. Do you know?
These is Nomophila variegatus.
Nomophila variegatus. And what about this one here? This big
That's
one.
parlour palm.
Okay. I need to read up on my terrestrial plants.
Yeah.
I'm not very skilled on those.
Yeah, same. I'm learning it as well.
Okay, now let's move over to my personal favourite. This is actually the biggest display in the store. What's this, 120 centimetres, 4 feet?
Yeah.
And talk us through this. How long has it been running?
This has been running for probably 3 or 4 months now.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's stunning, isn't it? It looks like a slice of the jungle. So I'm not going to pretend I know all these plant species. I know this is a Photonia, this is another species of Photonia, some kind of fern.
Yeah, there's a lot of ferns in there. I won't pretend to know the names of them all.
They're beautiful. I love ferns. They just give us a real kind of Jurassic feel, I think, to a layout. And this is super interesting. This is St John's wort, which is a well-known actual supplement for depression. So you can actually buy that as a extract, and people take it for mental health issues. So we've got some more Photonia down here. Again, this is the Nomophila, is it?
That's Justicia.
Justicia, okay. I'm not going to pretend I know what that is. We've got some more mosses. This is terrestrial moss.
Yeah, that's just moss I've foraged.
Wow. Lucky to be able to have access to free moss, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's actually like this is obviously the aquatic section now. We've got some gold variety white cloud mountain minnows in there.
Yeah.
And it's like a black water style with a leaf litter. Are these almond leaves? Indian almond leaves?
They are guava.
Oh, okay, guava leaves, yeah. And they are given a natural kind of staining. Got some Anubias here, Anubias petite.
Yeah.
Actually got some growing emerged as well, which looks great. Some more Acarus. You like your Acarus, I've noticed.
Yeah, it works really well coming out of the water. It's got that reedy sort of look to it.
Yeah, it's great. And what's the stone type in here? Is it like a sandstone?
Yeah, it's just a stone actually that I found in a garden centre, because at the time there was no sort of big stones available when I set it up. So yeah, it's just.
Let's just walk back and get a real good kind of overall impression of the scape, because it does look fantastic. The piece of wood here is epic. It goes all the way almost to the ceiling. Fits absolutely perfect. Such a high impact piece. Just stand next to the tank for me, Peter, so people can get an impression of how big the scape is. I think it looks great. Did it take you long to figure out that piece of wood would look good in there?
Yeah, I tried it a couple of different ways round, but yeah, it fitted perfectly. I couldn't believe how well it fitted.
Yeah,
very
there's
lucky.
something really cool about having wood coming out top of a tank. I know it's a bit of a hot topic. Some people don't like it. I mean, if you've got a lid on the aquarium, which I'm kind of using more these days, then obviously you can't have this. But I think to have this connection of out of water into the water, I think this is a real kind of, gives a special kind of vibe, a special feeling, I think. I really love it. And you've got some Limnobium laevigatum there, the Amazon frog bit. This is going to give the fish more shelter. And what's the filtration then on here? How's that working?
So yeah, it's Awazi Biomaster.
We have a look, is it neat in there? I'm going to
Well,
embarrass you, am I?
yeah.
Oh, great. Cool.
It's not running CO2, that's just an empty cylinder.
Okay.
But yeah,
Is that the 600?
that's a 600.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So the inlet is over there in the corner,
Yeah.
goes down to the filter, comes back up along the back here with a spray bar, so that trickles water down the back.
Oh, okay.
Keeps the soil for the ferns really wet.
Yeah.
So they're planted in tropical aquarium soil.
Okay.
And then the pipe runs along the back there, comes out the top of the wood, and then trickles down.
Perfect. I love it, mate. Really, definitely my favourite, I would say. Let us know what you think in the comments, guys. What about kind of evaporation? I guess you get quite a lot of evaporation with these styles of scapes.
Yeah, fair amount. Yeah, I normally I top it up two times a week normally.
Okay.
Water change once a week, and then top it up in the middle of the week.
I love it. Are you finding many customers interested in this kind of style of scapes?
Yeah, they are. they do find them fascinating.
Are they actually
them.
doing them at home, or is it more their
Yeah, the smaller ones, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
People giving them a go.
It's something I should do, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, watch your space, guys. I've got a little project in mind, so I keep getting people saying, when are you going to do a paludarium? So it's something I definitely need to try. This is beautiful. This is a relatively new scape, isn't it? Set up a couple of weeks, did you say?
Yeah, 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks.
And this is what, 45 centimetre cube?
40 centimetres.
40 centimetres,
Yeah.
so 16-inch cube, and how many litres is this? And you've got a better in there, he's chilling out there in the corner.
Yeah.
You might just be able to see him. Let's go and have a look, see if he's going to say hello. Has he got a name?
Yeah, it's called Poe.
Poe. Is that your kids named him? Or
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember where he got it from now.
he looks great. I love him.
Yeah.
And we've got some beautiful Rotala HR, is this?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
It's growing so well. It's only 2 weeks old.
Yeah, this is shot up.
Was that the Tropico 1-2 grow?
Yeah.
Wow, there you go, guys. Proof.
2 pots.
2 pots of the 1-2 grow, 2 weeks, and this is what you've got. You've obviously got CO2 going in there.
Yeah.
Got the Twin Star 300.
Yeah, 300 EA.
It's doing a great job, isn't it? And you've got the Eliocaris Mini.
Yeah.
The 1-2 grow again. Some Bucophilandra Red.
Yeah.
Starogini Repens. All 1-2 grow?
Yeah, all 1-2 grow.
So this is a really good example, guys, of what you can achieve with the Tropica 1-2 grow exclusively in 14 days. So you'll get the... In fact, let's go and have a look at the pots now, because you can see how small the plants are. But in 2 weeks, they grow to what you can see in here. And I think this is a really good talking point, because I think one of the things that people are a bit kind of reluctant to use the 1-2 grows because they look so small in the pot, and then when you compare that to a regular pot, you know, these are obviously a lot bigger, so they're going to give you that instant impact right away, but you get physically more plants with a 1-2 grow, and they grow so quickly. And the reason for that is they're adapted to already grow underwater, because they're grown in the liquid or the gel, so they don't have to go through that transition. So the potential issue is these plants are grown hydroponically, so they're adapted to grow out of water. So obviously when you put them underwater, they have to spend a lot of their energy converting from their out of water to their underwater growth form. So one of the benefits of the 1-2 grow is that they've already done that conversion, but they haven't, you know, they're just ready to grow. And that's why you get this really, really great growth in as little as 2 weeks. I think this is a great example, Pete, and I really love the scape. I think that wood is this the Corbo wood?
Yeah, Corbo catfish.
I showed the guys at the beginning of the video. Right, yeah, it's really. I take it. Does it need a lot of soaking to sink?
Not really. No, that piece sunk really quickly.
Oh, okay.
Within a few days it sunk, and there's very little tannins come off it as well.
Oh, that's great. And you've got some beautiful wood here. Is this different types, or is it all the same?
This is mainly Riverwood. We've got some trunk wood here.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've got a real great hardscape selection. Look at this. This is Millennium Rock.
Yeah.
This is beautiful. Dragonstone. Everyone's favourite. Everyone's favourite. Oh, so it's like a darker type, is it?
Yeah.
It's like a darker brown.
Orange, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Looks really nice under the water as well.
And then while we're on the hardscape vibe, let's go and have a look over here. This is nice. What's this one?
That's elderly stone.
Elderly?
Yeah.
Is it quite old?
I'd say so.
And we've got dadjokes.com. And we've got some classic lava, got some more kind of just generic kind of driftwood, more regular dragonstone there. Got a real good selection, Pete. I'm really impressed. Black lava, that's a really good escaping rock. Some smooth pebbles for doing like a river style scape. This is really good. This is interesting. We've got the dark mini landscape rock here, which is I think it's been acid washed. Is that right, to get that dark look?
Yeah.
Got some goby rocks and mini landscape, or Siriu, some people call that. Grey Mountain, Talabwa wood. It's a real great selection, mate. My favourite over here, we've got Frodo stone. You had that huge piece of Frodo at the front, which I was really tempted to get that. That'd be expensive though, right? About 50 kilos or about 100 pounds of...
I'll stick on the scales for you.
Yeah, do it. Can you lift it? You need a hand lifting it, maybe. And you're stocking Dua as well, which is great to see. So the ADA kind of brand. We've got the Keep Garden there, but we've also got some Dua. And a little bit of an exclusive for you. I'm actually buying this today from Pete, this little 20 centimetre cube with a clip-on light. So that is going to be an exciting project coming soon for the GFS gallery. So let's move on again to some of the beautiful displays here. We've got the Aquascape 900. Actually, Pete scaped, it must be coming on nearly a year.
Nearly a year, yeah.
Nearly a year ago. So I will actually link to the video. I actually did a cinematic video of Pete scaping this, so you can see the actual process of how this was created. So check that out. I'll leave a link to that in the description. And I think it's safe to say Pete's quite keen to rescape it now. But I think it looks beautiful. I mean, it is a bit tired in places, I guess, but the overall impression is stunning. Look at this Bucophalandra here. What species is that?
I think it's red. I
Great.
can't remember.
It's got like elongated leaves, isn't it? It's quite interesting.
Yeah.
We've got some Blixia. These little splashes of Blixia look really great. Had a really great texture that kind of blends in nicely with the trident fern, actually. I think that looks really great.
Yeah.
We've got some Rotalas in there. This is going a bit mental up here, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, this is a lot of that is just clippings that have just settled around and grown.
And just let they just kind of re-establish themselves.
That's it.
Yeah. We've got the Kessel lighting there. Very good for the shimmer effect. And you've got some kind of millennium wood. Is that wrapped round?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit of vine.
Yeah, that's great. Just sort of, blends in that otherwise industrial-looking steel pipes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And this is interesting. I just noticed this. You've got like a lily pipe extension on the regular kind of steel outlet. So normally it's just a hose, it's a jet pipe, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then, but you can actually buy an extender.
Yeah.
To get the lily pipe, which is, I think, I prefer this kind of effect for kind of creating a better circulation pattern. So very cool. You're doing ADA aqua soil, which is great to see. Tropica soil, fish foods, dry goods galore, loads of shrimp foods, etc. Tropica cooler, great to see the 1-2 grow range represented here. Okay, moving over to 60 centimetre or 2 foot layout here. Oh, look at those celestial Peldanios. They look amazing. Look at this. Oh, this could be my favourite now. I love this, Pete. How long has this been running?
Probably about 6 months, something like that.
That's great. Just running the Kessel A80.
Yeah.
So that's only a 15-watt lamp, and it's growing the plants great, isn't it?
Yeah, the growth's been amazing. Yeah.
CO2?
Yeah, CO2.
What kind of filter are you running on here?
Biomaster Thermo 350.
Nice choice. Big fan of the Biomasters. Most people will know that by now that watch this channel. And yeah, I think this is great because it's a kind of relatively low energy setup, but you're growing the plants like really healthily. And because you're using less light, you're going to get less chance of algae. But I think that you've got a real beautiful collection of fish. You've got celestial Peldanios, and you've got some Rasboras or the Ember Tetras.
Ember Tetras, yeah.
They look quite yellow, don't they? That's an interesting look.
Yeah.
I'm used to seeing them under like ADA Solar RGB,
Yeah.
and they go like red.
Yeah.
Look at that celestial Peldanio there. He looks awesome.
They're beautiful fish.
Yeah. I do need to keep these again. I did keep them years ago, probably about 10 years ago when they were like really popular.
Yeah.
They're actually endangered in the wild now, but they were quite easy to breed, so you can get them captive bred relatively easily now. I think they're actually illegal to collect in the wild these days.
Yeah.
So beautiful Bucophalandra, Nubius, good old trident fern, Blixia. You like your Blixia, don't you?
Yeah, yeah, it fills gaps nicely.
Yeah, and that's from the Tropico 1-2 grow. Because Blixia, I don't know if you know, it's a purely aquatic plant. It doesn't grow out of water, so you have to buy it as a tissue culture. This is lovely. This is a classic Iwagumi, but Pete won't mind admitting that the lights were accidentally left on right at the beginning of the Aquascape's life for 4 days. So ever since then, I think he's been struggling a little bit with algae, but I think it looks okay. I won't get too close.
Yeah, no close-ups, please.
Yeah. But great classic kind of composition with the rocks there, mini landscape rock, beautiful hemianthus carpet with some hairgrass in the background, and Emperor Tetras.
Yeah, Emperor Tetra.
They look great in there, great choice. twin star lighting. So you're a big fan of the Kessels and the twin stars, I've noticed.
Yeah, I love them.
And this is really great. Look at this. This is Riverwood Aquatics plants selling section. So we've got the plants growing kind of hydroponically here, like they would be in the greenhouses, which looks great. And they get misted. How often do they get misted? Twice a day or something?
Every 3 hours.
Every 3 hours. So that stops them obviously from drying out, maintains humidity. And then we've got the fully submerged plants here in the bottom. So I think this is a great system. I really like this. I'd encourage, if there's any store owners, any shop owners out there that want to keep their plants, have less mortality, the plants are actually going to be growing in there, aren't they? Not slowly dying like they are in many stores. And because they're growing out of water, a lot of them obviously, you're not going to be getting any snail issues, no algae issues. And the plants are actually going to be thriving in here. So when you actually get to buy them, they're going to get some healthy specimens. So I think this is a really, really great way of selling plants. Real big fan of this style. Do you add fertiliser to the water?
Not very often.
No.
Maybe once a week I'll add a bit, but generally they don't seem to need it.
No. Well, they have a massive nutrient store from the greenhouses.
Right.
So yeah, they'll last weeks and weeks without any extra fertilisers, because the rock wall that they're grown in will be like saturated with nutrients. So that's why you don't need to add so many. That's great though. I love it. How long? So you had this since the beginning of when you opened up. How long have you been running now, the store?
Opened on the 1st of June last year, so just over a year now.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you.
Shame we couldn't celebrate properly with the lockdown, etc.
Yeah.
And just running T8 fluorescence there. Maybe upgrade to some LEDs if Twin Star are watching. Maybe you can help Pete out there. And then we've got some terrestrial plants here, because obviously Pete is focusing a lot on the paludarium style. So nice to see he's actually selling the plants that he's using in the displays as well. Little dry scaping area here. Do you want to knock up a quick Iwagumi, Pete, for the viewers?
Yeah,
you got 30 seconds. Go. This hasn't been pre-planned, by the way, in case you're thinking. It's just literally
there you go, how's that?
perfect. There you go, guys. Mark them out of 10. Let us know in the comments. Have we got any more displays? I think that's about it, isn't it? We've got some beautiful wood. So you're getting the manzanita wood over from the States, which is great to see. The supplier owes me a massive favour. I've put him in touch with so many retailers.
Yeah.
But to be fair, he has given me some pieces in the past. So yeah, it's great wood, isn't it?
Yeah.
I really love the manzanita wood. Some really interesting pieces here. So I actually know the guy that goes collecting this on the west coast of the States, California. He goes up into the mountains with his big truck, and then literally it's just this stuff's just lying around on the ground, on the trails, and he just scurries around, picks it up, puts it in the back of his van, and away he goes. I'm actually hopefully going to see him next year on my book promotion tour. So there we go, guys. Quite a long tour, nearly half an hour. God, that's gone quick. What a beautiful store, though. Not massive, but small but perfectly formed, I would say. And a real credit to Pete, who works on his own here. I have encouraged him to maybe get a young, enthusiastic guy to help out with maintenance, so he can focus on other stuff. But yeah, it's really great to see the shop doing well, mate, after just over a year now. I'm sure it will continue to grow, if you'll excuse the pun. And yeah, just super inspirational. If you're ever in the area, we're in Suffolk, Assington. So I'll definitely encourage you to come and pay a visit. I think, is it appointment only at the moment? How are you doing?
You can come down, but there's only one household in the store at a time.
Okay.
So.
Okay, and you check out the website for more details. You did do online, don't you?
Yeah, online.
Online orders as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely worth coming to get some inspiration, access to some beautiful plants, hardscape, and like I said, just get inspired by some beautiful tanks. Okay guys, there you go, a tour of the beautiful Riverwood Aquatics. Thanks so much to Pete for showing me around. Like I said, if you're in the area, please come and check out this beautiful store, get inspired, access to some beautiful plants, hardscape, all the dry goods you'd need for creating a wonderful aquascape. So thanks so much to Pete for inviting me down, always a pleasure. And yeah, you take care, keep on scaping. Cheerio. Ah, 20 kilos. Not too bad. So how much is it per kilo?
£7.40.
Do the maths.
I need this, I can't do it in my head.
140 pounds. Oh, it's tempting, isn't it? Okay, guys. that'll be an outtake. Don't know what I was trying to say there. Your brain is working quicker than your mouth can cope, basically. Okay, here we go. Got the giggles now.
Yeah.
Serious face, George.